And spawning at the top left position as the blue Protoss, we have a Lancer X.
And in the top right, we do have the yellow Terran, Chonman.
Oh man. Wait, I died! I lost on time! That's so unfair!
2-1.
Oh my
not sure that
god!
counts.
Guys, Kix is a cheater! I offered him a draw! He said
So
no!
I offered you a draw as well, but I mean, what are we gonna see in this game? Lancer X has been waiting a while as well, and Chonman has just come across a really long series. And there's probably all these chess viewers now, like, what the hell is this game? I tuned in for chess.
Oh man. I can't believe we didn't lose all the viewers, but anyway, guys, here we go. Lancer X has been waiting an eternity. True Dutch is gonna wait truly an eternity. I wonder if this is what it felt like for like Sham2 and Supernova Maniac in the first TL Open, where they just had to keep leaving games and just waiting because of lag.
Yeah, I mean, we did have to do that. It's strange though. It looks like Castro is the first Peruvian I've casted in a tournament who has such bad internet that he can't actually have any observers. Like every other one seems like internet pro's getting a lot better these days. Because Dandy lags a little bit, but you can at least play with like high latency on term rate 12 or something. But Castro was on term rate 8 and it was lagging. Like,
Yep.
can he even play ladder?
I wonder if it was just lagging even after we left too. That'd be kind of sad. But anyway, that is no longer an issue, and we are here in this game. And by the way, guys, for anyone wondering what happened to Bonneth, Bonneth was knocked out by Lancer X 2-0 in an earlier round. So Lancer putting on a good show here and reaching the semifinals, has the potential to go all the way here. We shall see.
Looks like Chonman went for the 11-12, maybe even a 12-12 hit with his barracks and gas. And luckily enough for Chonman, he'll actually scout in the correct direction. It's going to be a long time before Lancer X gets his probe over there to do any harass, which is good for the Terran player. And this is like the ultimate Zealot wall. I think there's actually 2 Zealot tight areas there, because I think diagonally that's tight too. So this is pretty good.
Seems pretty good to me. Man, I just realized though that this means we've been denied our Bonneth versus True Touch continuation grudge match here. Could you imagine? They could have met each other in the finals if Bonneth had actually gotten this far. Because I think Bonneth would be favored against both SPX, or well, pretty much just SPX, right? So that would have been really funny. But anyway, got the SCVs scouting out what's going on here. Nothing crazy. Lancer, unfortunately, not going to see SPX for quite a while here. Actually, I wonder which of these players would have a better chance against True Touch in the finals. I feel like SPX would actually have a better chance due to just it being TVZ.
Yeah, Lancer X as well. The last time I saw him PvZ, he didn't build enough cannons and he died. So, I mean, that seems to be a common recurring theme with Protoss in PvZ right now. And then look at Bonneth, like he was losing like most of the PvZs we were casting, then you told him to build cannons, then suddenly he was like this PvZ god. It's like, whoa, maybe that's why no one can catch up with Bisu. Bisu's the only one building cannons.
I keep telling him, man. I keep telling him. But I guess True Dutch isn't quite the same as Xeon Zerg, so who knows. Meanwhile, we have a 2-fact coming out from SPX. I guess he got super tired already. Doesn't want to play a million long games anymore, so he's just going to go for that sweet, quick victory. And it may very well work out, considering Lancer is going for the 1-gate expand. Now, earlier today, we saw DeWalt do that build against a 2-fact as well, and the way he defended the 2-fact was to go double shield battery at his natural.
You know, interestingly enough, once again, Chonman's actually going for the Joyo Rush as well. Not Joyo, Gundam Rush. The Joyo Rush is where you go for 3 tanks and a few Marines, and then push, and then reinforce with Vultures.
Yep.
The Gundam, you get a tank and Vulture at the same time. You mentioned earlier it's a little bit more well-rounded. But once again, you can, if you don't micro properly, you can just die to Dragoons, so he needs to be really careful. The good thing is his SCV will get in, and Scout, there's only 1 gateway at the moment, and I believe range must be finished at this point, but yeah, I mean, this could do a little bit of damage.
Here we go, here's the micro. He's trying to focus down the Marines, gets 2 of the Marines. no significant damage on any of the goons, although one of them is a little bit injured. And here we go, tank ranging down from the high ground here. All the Marines died, but the goons are now starting to take, you know, not insignificant damage. And he's hiding his second tank, though. You can see on the high ground, not revealing that it is in fact a 2-fac just yet. He wants to bait the vultures, or sorry, the dragoons in, and now the 2 tanks coming down. Now Lancer X should know that something is going on.
Yeah, I think if he was paying attention to his army, you'd see that he got hit by 2 quick tank succession shots or whatever. But, I mean, Charman's going to be in a decent position. Interestingly, they're both going different ways back to the base. He's not opting to chase the dragoons, so this could be detrimental to his push here. I think he really needs to try and cut down the dragoon count before he gets over to the enemy base.
That is actually such an interesting path to take here. As you said, it's normally beneficial to actually fight at this point with your tanks before the goon count gets up, but he's actually swung all the way around. Is he just gonna get siege mode and somehow like slow push from the platform? But I feel like that's too slow because observers will be out, 3 gates already finished. He doesn't actually have time for this. He needs to just go.
Yeah, he's actually let Lancer X get a lot of dragoons already, so I think he's actually going to be okay. I don't think this push will do too much. He's got mines. As you say, the observer's going to pop out soon, but here we go. Actually catching them with the mines and the vultures, so really good micro there. Oh, a big mine goes off, but doesn't kill anything. Wow, how the hell did those mines not go off? They could have killed so many dragoons.
Alright.
You know, we just have this little micro back and forth to see who can pull this off.
Wow, the delayed attack actually working out really nicely, and Chonman actually getting an expansion behind this, so it's not like he's all in or anything. He will still have pretty good economy behind this, but how much damage can he do? The 2 tanks getting so much damage on, still not being killed off. Still there, still mines.
Oh man, these tanks, if he can just reinforce them, he could do some decent damage. He could even try and take down the Nexus. But looks like sending a vulture to try and kill some probes. Does get 4 probes as well, so pretty good move by him. 1 vulture for 4 probes is always going to be good. But he's actually going to have to pull back now. The mines are going to be worthless. There is 2 observers now on the map, and he's going to have to defend this counterattack.
Dude, I love how he just pulled the tanks back, though, as soon as he knew all the mines and vultures were getting cleared off, because, you know, a lot of times, or sometimes Terrans, if they overcommit there and lose the initial tanks, that's a huge loss, and you can just lose the counterattack. But keeping those 2 tanks alive, the initial 2 tanks, is so important, and so you can see, they've taken a lot of damage, but you can very easily just repair them all the way back. The Ops comes over here, Dragoon's actually going down to secure a 3rd base. Lancer X is going for Reavers, and he wants to get the fast 3rd. Meanwhile, Chonman sending his vultures out to try and maybe do a probe snipe, but not going to be in time. You can see the Nexus is already on the way, and let's see how much damage Lancer can do with his Reaver. The thing is, despite how much damage that did, it was mostly to Dragoons. Only 4 probes died, and Lancer actually still has the supply lead.
Yeah, now the interesting thing is here, it looks like Charman's going to want to try and do a 4 factory push, which is quite a strong move when you know you've thinned out the Dragoon numbers already. But the problem is, he doesn't have any defense against the Reaver right now. His units are all out at his front natural, and the Reaver is just about to be loaded into the shuttle, and he has no idea this is coming. He could lose so many SCVs.
Indeed, he could. Let's see.
Oh no! He's actually going to attack now. This could be really bad. Now Lancer can actually just use the shuttle to defend against the push, but I don't think he really needs to. He could just go and kill every single SCV.
Wait, this is such a strange attack here. He's gonna get caught in the middle of the map. What was going on in SPX's head right now? How could he possibly think that this would work? He's gonna lose 1 TC tank straight away. Here comes the Reaver. I think all these tanks are going to die. What a strange move out from SPX, suiciding his initial army, and this could just instantly lose him the game when the Reaver comes in. The Reaver's not going to be needed for harass anymore. Now he can just walk into the natural, kill everything, and I think Lancer will just win the game off that.
Yeah, Chonman's trying to build turrets now, but it's not going to be quick enough. He's trying to lay mines as well. Now, can he use that to hold off against this Reaver? I'm not sure. There are Dragoons pushing his front as well as the shuttle. The shuttle's going to drop a Zealot on top of this tank right now. Doesn't even need to. Drops the Reaver. There's just nothing here to defend.
The shuttle
goes down. But again, what's he going to do against the Dragoons?
I don't really know, but if he can block the ramp with SCVs, he might actually hold somehow. What is the Reaver doing? The Reaver's blowing up SCVs. He's got 11 kills. He's gonna kill the siege tanks. The Reaver gets 14 kills, gets a second Scarab on the SCVs, but there's 4 Dragoons now camping the barracks spawn. They should move to the left so the SCVs can't drill through them. And there we go. This is so bad now for SPX. By the way, LancerX does have his third base behind this anyway. So he's going ahead on the economy. The supply difference is massive now. And, I mean, maybe SPX can do a desperation hold with a mass repair. But it's so bad for him.
Even if he holds, he's so far behind right now. He's lost 14 of his SCVs to that Reaver. He's going to lose another tank, having only one tank against 3 Dragoons and 4 Gateway production. You are not going to be able to survive. There is some really nice mines though. Oh wow, those mines in the SCV with the the SCV didn't get the kill. It looked like he was a hero. Yeah, I mean he's holding on with mines, but I don't think it's going to be good enough.
Wow. LancerX actually getting a little bit over aggressive here, not controlling his Dragoons properly. There is a world where if you control that correctly, that attack ends the game as the Protoss, but now Chonman actually stabilizes, and the game shall continue with LancerX in a great position. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gateways up. He's got a second Reaver at home, presumably building another shuttle to go out and do more harassment. There's 1 turret in the main base only, and 1 turret at the natural. Ultra's trying to run in, but getting picked off here at the front.
Yeah, he's also trying to send one to the 9 o'clock base, but there is a pylon wall. Interestingly, he chooses not to try and glitch through with a mine, just puts his mine on top of the ramp. I mean, he's trying to attack again. Chonman is just being so aggressive, and he's not in a position he can do this.
Oh man, what the... Like... I mean, I guess at least this time he's got more mines on the map, so he has a better idea that there's no Protoss army in position to stop this. But
but there's a shuttle Reaver going into his main again. He's got 1 turret in his main, absolutely 0 units, and this Reaver is going to drop right here, right now.
He's going to lay some mines in position though. Here comes the Reaver into the natural, dropping the Zealot first. No response from SPX. He's too busy looking at the front.
Oh, it's glitching out. Wow, the first Scarab glitched out, but the second one killed 5 SCVs. I mean, he's going to kill this 400 mineral nexus, but realistically, Lancer doesn't care.
Yep.
That's the problem with doing this kind of attack. It's only 400 minerals. This is what Mikami complains of me about all the time when I'm streaming ladder. Like, you need to kill the army of Protoss, and these Dragoons are going to come in. There's 0 tanks defending. The Reaver... Oh, the Reaver must have died, I think.
Yep,
the shuttle went down.
Yep.
Wow, okay, so a little bit of miscontrol from LancerX may give Chonman a chance back into the game, but he's going to lose his natural command center.
Yeah, the Reaver actually only had 8 kills when it died, so it's not an insane number of kills either. It actually got finished off by a Vulture after the shuttle down. Meanwhile, probes are actually just ganging up onto this siege tank, which has 13 kills, but the probes are gonna murder it. Get him, probes! Ah, the probes! Which probe got it? I think the probe that got it died. No, wait, it was this one. The man probes taking down the siege tank. The Dragoons, it looks like, have not finished off the command center. It is on fire, but it's still alive. Slow Zealots running through, cleaning up the siege tanks, and it looks like the Dragoons from the flank will prevent these tanks from going home. But yet again, Chonman is not technically dead.
He's pretty dead, though. The weirdest thing is, somehow he got the tanks out and then went over to the third, even though he knew he killed it. So I'm not even sure why he moved the tanks over there. And look at this, there's only there's 2 tanks left at home to defend against about 8 Dragoons and about 7 Zealots. So he is 100% dead here, Sayle. I don't think there's anything, aside from a miracle or LancerX disconnecting or something, that could possibly win him this game.
Shatalu! The spider mines! He's blowing everything up, and it looks like you're right, Kicks. The Dragoons walking into the base. The last siege tank gonna fall, a new siege tank gonna fall as well. Did he just shoot his own supply depot? I think that tank actually just shot its own supply depot. But,
oh, really?
There you go. GG from Chonman. And LancerX takes a quick victory in game number 1. Alright, here we go, guys. Into game number 2.
Okay, crossing field is a really interesting choice for Chonman to make here. This is, I would argue, I mean, the stats haven't really been deep enough to prove it, but this to me feels like a Protoss favored map, especially late game.
I think you may be right. I have heard that from various other people as well. So, seems good, man. But, well, I guess we'll see what happens here. Lancer X will be spawning on the left side of Crossing Field as the Yellow's Protoss.
And as the Teal Terran, Seanman will be spawning on the right.
So maybe Chonman, maybe Chonman is thinking, like, you know, since it is such a nice map for the back expansion or whatever, maybe Protoss will 12 next and he can counter it that way or something like that, try and counter the greedy toss.
Possibly, but even then, like, even if you were to go 2-fact on this map, it's going to be really hard to actually break up the ramp. So even if they take the back natural, there's not really too much you can do about it. I mean, he could be going 14 TC himself, and that would give him at least an economic advantage, but whether or not he can really capitalize on that is going to be what we'll need to find out. Looks like we do see the Pylon Scout as well coming out from Lancer X, maybe going for that gas steal, although that could be a little bit late for that at this point.
A Pylon Scout on a 2-player map is usually for a gas steal. Just scouting with the Pylon probe is, I think, not really needed. And we'll see if he gets in here, or if SPX is able to block it. If he does get the gas steal, we have seen a very popular follow-up nowadays seems to be to proxy 2 or 3 gateways and go for a 4-gate Dragoon all-in against the fast expand, because usually when you gas steal, the Terran just goes for a 1-rax expand. But is he going to go for it? He's just harassing the SCV right now, not going for the steal just yet.
And interestingly, Chonman's not going for his gas either, so I think he is just going to be 1-rax expanding.
Oh!
Probe isn't sure what it wants to do. It's having a moral crisis right now. It's like, do I do this?
He actually went 12 next behind and isn't going to gas steal. Interesting. Very interesting. Super fast scouting probe. So this actually kicks. This was a scouting probe for his 12 necks, and I mean, this is curious.
I'm really confused at what Chonman's doing as well. He didn't send a SCV to go build the expansion. He's actually going to take the front expansion after getting his gas. This is quite a dangerous play, and he's not even scouted what the Protoss is doing yet. His SCV has only just got to the base.
I feel like this is actually a game read. When you see such an early probe, so he knows that probe was a pylon probe, and if it doesn't go for the gas deal, like he kept faking it that he was going for, right? If that probe doesn't go for the gas deal, I guess it can only mean that it's a 12 next and an early scout to make sure he's not dying to anything crazy. I think SPX actually just read it from the probe timing. So he decided to just, you know, get the expansion himself.
That was kind of clever, but it's not going to work out. He actually stopped building his factory for a minute to try and block the probe in, but the probe still actually got away, so that wasn't really worth it. He actually delayed his factory even more. But we do once again see the very quick 2 factories coming down after the command center, trying to use up some of the banked up money he had.
Yes, indeed he is. And well, I guess we're just gonna chill out here. So this is the type of game on Crossing Field where it's just no rush 20 and everyone's just macroing up. It's either this or the super cheeses. We actually have a probe still though.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could see a proxy up here. This is a very popular place to proxy Reavers, and this is a very weird probe position. Are we gonna see the pylon, or is he just gonna go and scout?
Looks like he's just gonna try and run in there. Gonna see the bunker, so he knows the expansion is down. What is the response? Carriers are great on this map. Reavers are pretty good on this map. And there indeed is the Robo. Could very well see the Reavers.
Wow, Chonman actually sent an SCV to go and check there was no proxy there. That was really clever by him. Just to be perfectly safe.
Wait, would you not put it more to the top right though? There's like a lot of space back there.
You would, but I guess the fact that Probe came in from that angle means, I mean, either he's doing the ultimate mind game and going back on himself, or he's avoiding the proxy bit. I mean, Chonman's just checking everywhere just to make sure.
We might see a fast third though. There is a probe already poking around at Lancer X's front base. So we could see some very greedy fast double expanding because he knows Terran does something like this a lot as well. Because you can see TronNet also sending an SCV down to his back expansion. Oh, the probe actually, I think maybe was trying to block that SCV. Doesn't quite get it. Whoops.
Looks like, funnily enough, we're going into that phase where the Dragoons will start attacking the bunker a little bit later than you'd normally see it. The first tank is out. He doesn't yet have siege mode, I don't think. Not actually opting to get any upgrades on his machine shop yet, which is kind of interesting. I mean, he may have siege, but I don't think he does.
Yeah. I didn't see those spinning either, so I guess... I mean, the thing is, his SCP just saw everything that's going on, so I think he knows Lancer really wants to just take this this front expansion, but the support bait is now done. So
yeah,
we'll have to
see.
see...
the support bay?
Sorry?
Did he see the support bay, or did he miss that? I didn't see where the SCV went.
I'm actually not sure, I wasn't really paying attention. I mean, he's building the engineering bay now. He should probably expect it either way. I guess the obvious tell will be if he builds a couple of Goliaths, then he definitely has seen it. But so far, it's just the siege tanks. This is an interesting... Yeah,
weirdly enough, Reavers are usually better on this map because Terrans usually take the back expansion first. He is going to take the back expansion now, but if the Reavers were a little bit quicker, even from maybe a proxy, it would have been a little bit easier for him to defend, so that kind of works out. Someone in chat said he did indeed see it with the SCV, so I guess he saw your minimap.
Yeah, it makes sense. I might have even clicked it, and I was just thinking about something else. I was too busy thinking about chess, man. All those crazy chess strats to pay attention to what's happening in this game. It's still just siege tanks, but he's building a nice turret ring, though. It's gonna help a lot. I think SPX actually, I feel like he does this. He's one of the Terran players that likes the turret ring instead of just, you know, building one turret in each mineral line or something like that, the greedier style. But that's gonna help a lot.
Against Reavers, you kind of have to build the turret ring. If you don't, it's so easy to die. Even if you don't die right away, you can most certainly die a little bit later on when you kind of don't do it. But this the shell's gonna fly straight into that first turret.
It's going to be Reavers into carriers though, Kicks. There's already a Stargate and not even a Citadel yet, I think, from Lancer X. It's hidden on the right side of his base. That's a pretty normal place to actually put the Stargates, so it's not really hidden, but I don't know if TronMan will necessarily scan there. And it looks like the turret ring completely blocking this Reaver attack. Now the thing is, the Reavers don't necessarily need to do that much damage. They also are a very useful tool in just preventing the Terran from moving out and just being a little bit scary, so you have time to get your own expansions and get your Stargates. Of course, since SPX got his third faster than Lancer, Lancer probably would have preferred to do a bit of economic damage. I heard a scan. Scans bottom left. He scans the Stargates. He knows.
Yeah, I mean, this is carrier fields, as some people have started to dub it, so that bottom left scan was kind of interesting though. It's almost like he expected him to be proxying it, but it's like he just knew that he'd go carriers without even needing to check, which is kind of crazy. And weirdly enough, the turret placements are actually going to really help against early carriers. It's going to mean Lancer X can't be overly aggressive with his first 3 carriers.
Yep, indeed. I mean, it's going to be first 2 and then 4. He's actually doing the much more, you know, a reasonable thing with the 2 Stargates. So we're going to wait for that at least critical, or not really critical mass, but wait for at least 4 carriers before moving out here. And in the meantime, wait, what are all these SCVs doing? Oh, is this for mass factories? Oh, okay. I thought he just like mis-rallied his command center to the middle of his base, but he's actually going to throw down 4 factories here, going up to 6 factory total. He's been pumping tanks non-stop from these 2 factories, so it has a pretty decent tank count already. And there we go, the 6 factory follow-up here from SPX. He knows that the carriers are coming, but he still has a little bit of time before adding on the Goliaths, because he knows the carriers take a million years to build. You know, they need to build the interceptors as well, so he's still got a bit of time.
Yeah, not only that, but when you come across carriers, you just need to basically spam factories, because the quicker you can build Goliaths, the better.
Yep.
Looks like the Dragoons are actually going to go in and try and be a little bit aggressive. There's only actually 2 tanks defending his front right now. All the other ones are set up in his main. And they will take a little bit to get there, so can he put any pressure on with this Reaver? Or is he just going to go for like a contain here with the Dragoons while he takes his 4th base?
Yeah, I don't... The thing is, even though he doesn't... I mean, first of all, he doesn't know that all the tanks are back there, and even if he did, like, it's realistically, you're not really gonna be able to bust this. So he just kind of has to chill for now with that Reaver at the front. Just any tanks that come out will just eat free Reaver shots. Meanwhile, getting his 4th base as well. And the thing is, since he's going carrier, he's not really in any hurry to attack, right? I mean, if Terran takes too long and he gets, you know, 8, 10 carriers, then the game will be over. So he's content to just chill. I'm surprised he's actually moving the 2 carriers out. I guess he must have seen that SPX scanned the Stargates, so he figures there's no point actually hiding them, and just moves out with the first 2.
Yeah, and this is going to allow him to be... I mean, he pulls back his units out the front of his base. He is getting his 4th base. There's going to be nothing realistically that Seanman can do about it. And the carriers are slowly making their way across. Looks like one thing he could do, or one thing I actually saw, I think it was Bisu do in the ASL, is you can use the carriers to kill the turrets and then Reaver push. Like, he's got the shuttle in position now to go in with the Reavers. But he needs to be careful not to fly into the turrets.
Kicks. That is extremely intelligent. Unfortunately for Lancer, he's taking a lot of hull damage from that one turret, but here we go. Oh my god! Focus fire from the turrets! SPX microed his turrets to actually focus on the shuttle instead of the interceptors. Nicely done there by SPX. I think Lancer should have waited to actually kill those properly, but he does now have a Reaver in the back line here. Not really going to kill any SCVs, but where are the units? The units are not coming back just yet here, and the 2 carrier attack, without even full interceptors yet, is actually doing something.
Yeah, weirdly enough, Chonman has actually opted to try and be aggressive now, knowing the carriers are stuck at the back. He still doesn't actually have too many Goliaths, so his production hasn't kicked in, and he has, for the most part, lost his mining down here in the bottom right. It looks like he's going to go for a counterattack with his vultures and his tanks to try and kill this 4th base before it can be developed.
Oh man, but the thing is, like, that's still quite a lot of Zelagoon. This is the thing. Lancer actually didn't do the greedy, like, triple Stargate thing that Bonith does a lot. He actually did it in a way, with only the 2 Stargates, you actually can still pump out quite a few gateway units. You can see he's already got his leg speed. There's no protection. He's actually not committing. He could have just killed that, I think. What? He could have killed it. For sure. The
weirdest thing for Chonman, though, is he's lost his 3rd gas. He can't actually take it because there's 2 carriers. He's not bothered to send any Goliaths back, which is just such a weird choice. But there's so many Zealots, there's going to be a huge mine drag, killing 3 tanks!
Oh my god.
Chonman in an awful position in this game now. Zealots just showing how good they are. But it's now just Dragoons against tanks, and here come the Goliaths to try and cut down the carriers.
Yeah, it looks like SPX getting a little bit too antsy, just running forward, no siege mode, straight into melee range. He might focus down one of these carriers, not quite, and Chonman has left the game.